All right, welcome back to Cricket for Americans, and I'm a little late here. Sorry about that. I can't believe Marnus went unsold. Here comes Aaron Finch. Is he going to go unsold? There's an unsold streak going on, for crying out loud. You guys are already saying he's unsold. I'm not surprised by the Aaron Finch, but I'm surprised by Marnus. No one has any love for Marnus. Come on. I think Mandeep Singh was a nice little steal there for the Delhi Capitals. Nice cheap price. Aaron Finch, not surprised there, but holy cow. What is happening, everyone? Thank you so much for waiting for me here in this auction. We got 48 already in the chat. That's so awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The OGs have already done that. Pujara. Is he gonna get any breadcrumbs here? You know, look at Shahrukh Khan's daughter. She's like, no, we're not even gonna entertain ourselves in Pujara. What is happening, everyone? Yesterday was so much fun, but I was just way out of juice. I think 2 hours before I stopped, I was out of juice. You guys can see me on there, tiring and dead. Gabe is an animal. He went 10 hours. This guy's insane. I can't believe he did that. Hats off as Pujara goes unsold. Hats off to Gabe. Everyone got to give my man a round of applause. 10 hours. Just before people start asking, all right, Gabe is not going to be able to join me, at least not for a couple of hours, if at all, if I last that long. I just want to jump on for a little bit, enjoy some day two since I've never experienced it, and see what it's all about. I'm not sure how long I'll last, at least an hour, maybe two, and maybe I can last long enough to pass baton off to Gabe if he wants to stick around for that. But we will definitely not be doing a 10-hour situation. I can't believe he did that. I can't. I was proud of myself at 5.5 hours. He went 5 more hours. Another big round of applause for Aaron from the Cricket Connoisseur. Big props to him. Aaron, I'm not sure if you're listening right now, but if you want to join me, that's fantastic. I just don't have your information. I don't have your contact info. So go ahead and, consider joining. I think it'd be great to have someone like Saganisha, if he wants to join, come on and join me right here. That'll be fantastic. Get some new blood here on CFA. He helps out the channel a lot. Let me know if you want, Saganisha. If you're there, Aaron, message me, Instagram, email, and, we'll make it happen. But Liam Livingstone, we got someone being bid for. Here we go. KKR. I'm a little behind you guys. Woo. KKR is excited about that. They need some players cheap. They don't got a lot of money here. No, not everyone stop bidding. Ooh, Gabe's wife and mistress. Oh, they're going after each other. This is Gabe's fault. He started this nonsense. Everyone, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Rahani, I can't believe he was sold at all. Ooh, it's at 380. 400? Ooh, it's a war. 4 crore for Livingstone. Ooh, CSK's passed on Livingstone. CSK's absolutely passed. KKR's got him for 4 crore. Oh, Punjab's in there now. Oh, Mr. Hold on. Oh, Mr. I'm not too sure. Give me a second. He's now in the race. Holy cow. And if you guys can't see me too well, let me adjust my internet here. Saganisha says, sorry, Nick, maybe next match live stream I can hop on. Just doing some late night study and listening to CFA. You get that studying done, my friend. I've been spending the last, 5 or 6 hours recording. I just finished. So recording and editing takes a longer time. Ooh, KKR is still going. Oh man. It's a good question, Akshat. If Gabe was here, he'd be losing his lunch. Oh, he'd be going nuts. If I haven't said it yet, thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to check out what's going on. I see what the cameraman's doing. He's got Punjab Kings, but he's got the girl from SRH right there in the corner. I see what you're doing, cameraman. You can't get away from us. Oh, the Kings. They are the most shrewd bidders of all time. Oh, the Kings are the most shrewd bidders. They sit there and they just wait until the last second. And when the guys finally get up on them, boom. He is going a little faster today with the unsold players, but when it comes to a bid, he can't help himself but ride it out. Yeah. First thing when I officially woke up, I slept in a little bit. First thing I did was check what happened. And it's crazy because Gabe last, like I said, in there 5 hours. And I think that was only like 7 or 8 players. It's insane. I definitely missed the bidding war for Shahar. I was hoping Shahar can get pulled away from CSK. He's a big talent. Let the cameraman do his thing. Oh, Jack, if you want to join, you can join as well, my friend. The podcasting expert here. Get some Australian flavor up in CFA. Kings taking their sweet time. Everyone knows they got to wait for the Kings. KKR is at 625 right now. Oh, I love it. That's half our budget. 1,000 rupees for the cameraman. Rupees, excuse me. Oh, yeah, Jack. Absolutely. Let me get your email here. I know you're thinking like, you don't reply to my emails, pal. I would if we had the time, for sure. But I appreciate that. Let me get you the stream here. The bidding war is still going on. I haven't looked at the screen for like 5 minutes, and it's still the bidding war for Livingstone. Really slows down the time here, but, I got nothing but time. All right, Jack, I sent you through email the link. All you got to do is click on that. Here you go. You got a big fan here, Smyon. Wants you to join. I love that. KKR is nuts. They don't care about the money they have. Oh, now Punjab slowly, as usual, has slid in there for 675. Is KKR going to come to their senses and realize they have no money to spend? And they still need, 10 more players? Gabe, it looks like both your teams are going to miss out on Livingstone. He's a good player, but is it worth 7 lakh? $1 million? That's a shock. Oh, the Titans just jumped in there with 7. They're the one with the $1 million bid. I feel like that's Titans' game. They just like to sit back and relax and enjoy the madness. No, Mumbai doesn't want to buy anyone. I don't know what their plan is. I have no idea what their plan is. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure what they're waiting for or who they're waiting for or what they're waiting on, but they have a plan, I'm assuming. I just don't know what that plan is. Oh, man alive. They were joining on Livingstone. They were the first ones to go back and forth. And then CSK stopped, and then KKR finally stopped. And now it's Titans and Kings. And there's Kings taking their sweet time, for crying out loud. Oh, it's way overpriced. It's way overpriced. First millionaire of the day. How many millionaires were yesterday? 39? I don't think there was that many players. Oh, it's at 800. And the Kings. They need to have a slow over run rate penalty. They need to lose their entire paycheck for the last 2 days. How slow they are. Man, you guys are way ahead of me. They're way ahead of me. Yes, thank you, Gabe. 125 in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm super excited about that, but it's super expensive, Smyon. Super expensive for RCB, but I'm excited about Hazelwood. Get some serious pace up in there. Oh, we got Mr. Jack in here. What is happening, Jack? How are you doing?
I'm very well, Nick. Thanks for having me back. It's been a while since we spoke.
Absolutely. Time does not slow down for me like it doesn't for anybody. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you growing the hair out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm growing the hair, growing the mustache, the beard, going for that, look. So, yeah, but very happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. making my debut on CFA today. So, Nick, if you can send me the cap with the number in the mail, that'll be great, mate.
Send you the what? Say it again.
Send me the cap with the number on it. So, part of the team now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Get you to the baggy green.
Absolutely.
Just trying to get these, these headphones have been really bugging me recently, so I don't get any of the echo here. They're still bidding on Livingstone. Holy cow. Did you think he was going to go for this much?
He's been a very good player, Livingstone. So
not so much in the IPL, though.
No, not so much in the IPL, but the BBL, he's been pretty good for the Scorchers when he played.
Yeah, the BBL, he's fantastic. 100, he was fantastic.
Yeah. We didn't play this year for the Scorchers.
Well, they didn't need him, the punks. They did not need him at all. So what's been going, what's new for you in your life?
Pretty busy with the podcast. We're going well, developing well. Just launched a blog page, actually. So I'm going to write some articles from time to time about the game. Written about women's test matches. We should have more of them. So, we're on Blogger. So if you go on our bio and our podcast on our YouTube channel, you can see it underneath there. Also, we have joined Anchor, Spotify, and Apple. So the podcast is there as well as YouTube.
You're a busy man.
Hectic. Obviously, with JL, obviously doing that, trying to sum up my thoughts on that. If anyone wants to watch that video is doing really well.
Yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts, but I don't want to steal your thunder from your video.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Justin Langer, I'm not sure if you saw me and Gabe and
I did. I left a comment on that video yet.
Okay. Beautiful. I'm not sure why my headphones aren't connecting here. I'm trying to get rid of this echo. But, what do you think about it?
Where do you start? It was poorly managed by Cricket Australia, for a start. He shouldn't deserve this way to go out. Cricket Australia probably knew that he was going to go before, after the Ashes. You should have just told him before the T20 World Cup, JL, we're going in a different direction. We're not going to extend your contract. That's it. So goodbye.
Exactly.
But they did it this way, which is not professional. The players got what they wanted, I suppose, but they've got to perform now under the new coach. And I hope with the new coach, we don't go through the same thing again. Otherwise, we're going back to square one.
Finally got my headphones working. I got one set on the auction. I got one on the computer because that echo is like a beast right here. Yes, I do know, Varsha, that they got Brevis. That's something good for Mumbai because they're non-existent. SRH is now in the bidding war for Liam. Oh, she's a snake. She comes in at the last minute to get that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not surprised that he's no longer the coach. Gabe's been asking for it for a long time. The fans have been asking for it for a long time. But they chose the most bizarre way, the most bizarre timing, the most bizarre everything to do it.
Yeah.
And then you listen to Pat Cummins' remarks about it after all the news came out. And he's like, I think it's bold. I think it's awesome. I think it's the right move. And we weren't afraid of his intensity. We welcome his intensity. He shouldn't have apologized at all. Why would you apologize about your intensity? We love that so much. I couldn't tell in there what he did not like about JL, but he obviously did not want JL around. And he applauded the Australia for being unconventional about it. It's just really weird. I'm not on the hate Pat Cummins train. I'm not on that at all. I think he's a fantastic captain, a young captain, fantastic bowler, obviously one of the best in the world. And I like him as a player a lot, but I don't understand the whole controversy. And I really don't like the comment that he made about, I don't know why he apologized. If a guy apologizes, that's hard to do, right? You've shown vulnerability. Shouldn't get made fun of for apologizing about something. Anyways.
Yeah, JL felt like he was compelled to do that.
Punjab got
he's
him.
A nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Very nice guy. I did like his comment about with the older players, he had said, you
Yeah.
guys would support your guys, so let us support ours. I did like that comment. That was a bold comment to make
Absolutely.
right there to
Because
the
the
old
players that
brass,
went into
Ricky Pontins and whatnot.
Because the players that went into bat, to use that cricket saying, Nick, went into bat for jail were his former teammates, Ponting, Gilchrist, Warne, etc. As Pat Cummins did, I stood up for my mates. You stand up for yours. So
absolutely,
yeah, it was just poorly handled, and hopefully never to be repeated again.
I mean, it's weird.
Well, Australia need a massive reset. This is the thing. You employ people who are business people. Employ people who are got cricketing backgrounds, who've played the game, who understand how the game works. That's what they need to do, Cricket Australia. It's the frustrating thing. And the frustrating thing is when this came out of the Test documentary, with Khawaja and JL, that clash they had, the players should have had a meeting right there. But they waited until June of last year to have this meeting and say, we don't like this. You should have done it there, and you should have made an effort to work together. Of course, you're not going to like him. It's like your job, Nick. You're not like it. You don't like everyone in your business or, any team or anything like that.
What are you talking about? I love everyone I work with. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's not the case in every, business or sporting team. You've got to make an effort. And the players didn't do that. JL was looking to improve T20 World Cup, hands off, but the players didn't want to buy into it, which is the frustrating part.
Do you know anything about Dominic Drakes? I don't know this player, but RCB's got the bid for him at 90.
I haven't heard of him. A lot of these players I haven't heard of.
That's what I love about it.
So, yeah, that's right, because you see new players that you haven't heard of, and you want to see what they're like and get an opportunity in the IPL, see what they're made of, really. So it's a great learning education for me, really, just to learn about these players, because it's so hard covering cricket these days. There's so much cricket on.
It's impossible. And I mean, it would be a lot of fun. It would be even more exhausting if I didn't have a full-time job, right? If this was like all I did, but I still wouldn't be able to keep up with it. And it's interesting because, I have learned through the years I still read the comments, but to not take them as seriously. And sometimes I still will get like that hook will get caught in me and I'll get hooked in by a troll, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I don't. But so many comments say, how come you're not checking out this series? You're not watching this. You're not. It's like, do you guys understand like how many hours it is just to cover it the way we are? It's you're right.
It's just ridiculous.
He went to the Titans. Drake sold to the Titans. Don't know who that player is, but got him cheap.
It's just ridiculous how the scheduling is these days.
Oh, it's nonstop. And it's funny because the more we got into cricket, the more we understand about rivalries and matchups and different domestic leagues and all this kind of stuff. When we first were in it, I was thinking, okay, there's not a lot of cricket. Not realizing that was during COVID and a lot of things have put on hold. And as the years have gone on, as soon as like a big series is over, I think to myself, okay, there'll be a little bit of a break for a few weeks or a few months. Nope. That next Tuesday, you have India playing New Zealand or whatever it is. The new World Cup for this year is coming up in a few months. It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Neesham. Woo. Neesham. He's one of those players that you want to have. He went unsold. I was going to say, he's one of those players that you want to have on your team, but I don't trust him. Does that make sense? Like as far as an IPL player, I'm just talking about IPL.
Yeah. Well, he's done some good things for New Zealand, obviously. T20 World Cup last year against England. He did quite well in that match. I don't see that World Cup in 2019.
Somebody. All the Indian players are being picked up by someone, which you've got to. Everyone's got like no money left, and they have a lot of positions to pick up for.
Yeah, that's right. Teams just going for one particular player that they want. They don't care about the budget at all.
Raj is in the comment section. He says, Nick, I saw your memes do video. I had a blast watching it. Appreciate that. I started uploading on this subreddit, cricket and otherwise. Will do often if I find something good. Excellent. Yeah, as long as you guys keep loading memes and funny things on there, we'll make more of those reaction videos. Appreciate that you liked it.
Question for me here. Do you think Ashton Agar from Jay, Ashton Agar is a good all-rounder to be in the IPL. He's a good cricketer. Yeah, I don't know. If teams are interested in him, then go for him. But at the moment, he's not playing for Australia. Didn't play much in the T20 World Cup at all. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah,
Titans pick up Yadav.
Probably, maybe.
I'm going to get our names put on here. So anyone who may not know who Jack is, we'll get that name on there. There we go. This is Jack from Dibbly Dobbly podcast. Go ahead and check out his videos on YouTube. He's now got blogs coming up on Blogger. He said, I'm sure you got podcasts in other places on apps and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
The app stores. You want to listen to this guy? This guy's from Australia. He knows more than the coaches know about Australian cricket. Go ahead and check out his stuff. Check out his content. He puts great content, and your eyes have been missing the kind of stuff. Ears have been missing the kind of content this guy puts out. Go ahead and check it out.
Thank you for the kind words, Nick. You're making me blush.
Good. I'm going to have your face match your shirt. Oh, Chennai's bidding on Vijay Shankar. There you go, Gabe. Now you can stop whining over there in your limousine as you drive the superstars and the celebrities around.
Can I just say a special mention to Gabe? Before I went to bed late at night, he was still streaming, and you could see the sun come up in his face.
I know, isn't that right? When you watch the video, you see the light coming through the window. I'm sure his wife woke up like, you're doing the same thing you were doing when I went to sleep.
Where was it? Question for me. My predictions for the Pakistan tour. Interesting. Well, we're going to Pakistan. We haven't been there since 98. So that's 24 years.
Holy cow.
A long time. And that's where Mark Taylor scored his 334 not out to equal Don Bradman, of course, at the time. It'd be interesting. We've selected a good squad. I wasn't surprised by the squad that we selected. Pretty much the same squad as it was for the Ashes. A few new players coming in. Jai Richardson missing out because Cricket Australia said he was going to have a rest anyway from that tour. So it'll be interesting for us in Pakistan. A lot of those players haven't played there before. So we have to rely on other players who played in the PSL for that information. So it'll be interesting. I hope Australia do well. But the expectations from most Australian fans when Australia tour the subcontinent is we're going to get beaten badly. So that could be the case here. But I hope it's not. I hope we do well. Pakistan, good to see them going well, and good to see cricket back in Pakistan, and good to see Australia touring because we've got to pull our weight. We haven't done that for a while now. So it should be a good series. I hope Australia win, but I won't be surprised if Pakistan win in the end.
Is it a 3 test match?
It's a 3 test series followed by 3 ODIs and a one-off T20 in March. So
one-off, wow.
Well, obviously the
CSK
IPL
was bid on Vijay Shankar. They just given up right now. Gujarat.
I think they only put one T20 in there because the IPL's not far after that, I think. So they want to get...
Yeah, and remind me, those are the two teams that faced off in the final, right?
What you mean, WTC or T20?
Or no, that was New Zealand.
That was New Zealand T20.
Australia. Yeah. I know. I remember Pakistan got to the Final Four, but I forgot they got bounced out in the first round.
Yeah, that was an intense game. Just seeing Gabe's reaction from that stream just made me so nervous. And I was like, Gabe, calm down. We've got this.
But you got to understand that when Gabe is rooting for your team and he starts belly aching, you know it's a good sign. Because he always gets proven wrong. When he starts complaining about something, he's always proven wrong. Happens to me all the time, too. But I think he has a bigger winning percentage than I do. Chris Jordan, the death specialist. RCB, get this man. Oh, he's unsold. Oh, my gosh. Chris Jordan's unsold.
Oh.
Sion's asking about the subreddit for CFA. If you go to our cricket memes video, right in the description, you'll see our link. I don't have it memorized.
Which team do I support? It's Australia, of course. Or do you mean IPL? If you're talking about country, it's Australia. If it's IPL, I don't support anyone. I'm a neutral supporter.
Oh, how dare you!
Watcher of the IPL.
Do you watch? Be honest. Do you watch a lot of IPL?
Well, it's at a terrible time zone here in Australia. It's in the early hours in the morning, so it's like 12 o'clock at night, and it's just ridiculous. So I watch a bit of it, and then I watch the highlights the next day. It's easier for me.
Yeah, I mean those series times will kill you. The India series, whenever they're in India or wherever they were at before that, South Africa, it was always at midnight. I can't watch a match at midnight, for crying out loud. I hear you. Odean Smith. Oh, he's on the board.
Yep, he is.
Someone was asking me, the young lady from SRH with the paddle, who is she on the phone with? Do I know? Because I think they know. I'm assuming it's her father, who I believe is the main owner for the team, right? That's who I believe she's talking to. Like, Dad, are you sure? What about BBL? They want to know.
Yeah. BBL was interesting this year, that's for sure.
What team do you support there?
The Adelaide Strikers, because that's where I'm from, South Australia.
Oh, okay.
So
the Strikers.
We did well, actually. No one gave us a chance. We're on the bottom of the ladder, and we made it to the finals, and we nearly got there. But the Sydney Sixers, your team, Nick, put a dagger through our heart. That was a good game, by the way. It was a close game, and I was jumping up and down. Like, what are you doing? You just, drop the catch. If Gabe was live streaming that match, he was saying, "You heathen, drop catch," and that cost us the match because he went on to make 92. That guy, Hayden Kerr, he made 92 not out, and he bats like a tail end.
The Sixers weren't able to pull off the three-peat, though. Unfortunately, they lost to the Scorchers, the Scotches. If you got to remember, whenever it's a drop catch in a big game, you got to say, they dropped the ashes. That's a great line right there.
Yeah. Odean
Smith. SRH has got Odean Smith. Come on, SRH. This guy hit some sixes. You want a guy coming at number 9 that hits some sixes? This is your man right here. Gabe says about his wife. She's like, you kept me up. He's like, I told her you should have joined me. No love, no mercy for the wife's sleeping habits. I want to know, what is Mumbai's strategy here? They have like 5 players total out of the 18 or whatever they need. I don't know what they're doing.
It's interesting what they're doing.
280 for the lady SRH. So, what is a team, international team, that you love to see lose?
Oh, that's an easy one. England.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, besides that one, that is an obvious one. Absolutely. Besides England.
India?
Yeah, I was thinking that was coming. Now, has it been more so because the last 2 times India came to Australia, they smacked around your boys, or has it been a hate that's lasted a long time?
Probably the last 2 series, because we should have won the last one. The one before that, India deserved to win that, obviously. Their first series win in Australia in 70 years or something like that. But the second one, we should have won that, I felt. But we missed opportunities, and that cost us in the end.
India had their ball boys out there playing, for crying out loud.
They did. They had the B, C, D team, E team, and we still lost. After rolled them for 36 in Adelaide, we went on to lose the series. So, yeah, that was hard to take. But, oh, well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it is the way it goes. Dr. Jihan, you've seen him on the channel before. He's an Australia supporter, obviously. Lives there in Australia. He hates himself. First of all, he hates any team I like, okay? So he's talking trash right now. The City Sixers cheating in the semifinal. Listen, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So take that, Dr. Jihan. Second of all, he hates Team India. Oh, he hates him because the last 2 times. He trolls me in every department, but all I have to say to him, and I won't say it to you because I have respect for you. Take that, Jihan, is India, baby. India.
Oh. Well, you're sort of right about that, about the Sydney Sixers cheated in that semi-final. In a way, they sort of did, because Jordan Silk was injured and the game was getting real close. So they took him off. They said, yeah, come off. We'll bring someone on. You know, he's entitled to do that. But many people thought that was against the spirit of the game, of course. It didn't look good. So that's what Jihan's referring to there. And I was a bit angry about that as well. But, you know,
sour grapes.
It's in the laws. He's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Andrew Cook.
What is your take on Mankading, okay? Because as a recent convert to the game, one that was not born, one that did not grow up with my Cheerios and with, you know, Dean Jones on the screen or whatever, what are your thoughts about Mankading? Because for me, if it's in the rules and this joker's off the crease, easy wicket, bye. I have no problem with it. But every time I say that, people are unsubscribing left and right and throwing me hate mail, death threats left and right. What do you think about it?
I agree with you, Nick. It's in the rules, so it's okay to do it. I think we should call it running out the non-striker because it tarnishes Vinu Madcad, who used to play for India back in the day, back in the real old days. And he started this whole running out the non-striker. It started in Australia, actually. He ran out Bill Brown, who was a former Australian batsman who played with Bradman in 1948 in the Invincibles tour to England, which they didn't lose a single game, if you didn't know that, Nick, the Invincibles. And it does tarnish his name. So I don't like it. And I think Sunil Gavaskar said it as well when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame during the WTC, when they were inducting players. He said it tarnishes his name and his memory. You should remember him as the cricketer, not for that one thing. So I think it should be named, change the name to running out the non-striker, not referred to it as Madcap, but everyone knows that's a universal term that we use. I agree that it's in the laws. The one thing I'll say to any batsman is stay behind the crease before the ball's delivered. And then you won't have this problem.
I agree. And it's interesting because there's a lot of similarities with cricket and baseball. And one of them is in baseball. Now, it's not an official rule that you can't take a lead, but the batters always try to cheat a few steps, take that lead when the pitcher's in his delivery so he can't turn around and pick him off. And so it's interesting how you have that similarity. But again, in baseball, they have to turn around and throw it to 60 feet or whatever it is to the second baseman or whatever the guy's at. In cricket, it's just right there. Like, why? You're taking advantage of the fact that no one's supposed to do it, so you're taking those few extra steps. And again, for me, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Bye, get out of here. You guys can hate me all you want. I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, it's in the laws, and I don't know why we have this problem about is it in the spirit of the game or not. If it's in the laws, it's in the laws. It's in black and white, in print, clear print. You know, I don't have a problem with it, but you know, creates that debate in the game. It's a touchy subject. It's very controversial.
It is a touchy subject. And
you know, like when
baseball,
Ashwin and Butler in that example. Yeah, go on, Nick. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think we have a little bit of lag, so we can't hear each other when they're starting to talk. Odean Smith is still going on the bidding war. Yeah, that's how long these guys get bid for. It's only at 500 lakhs. It's been 25 minutes. But in baseball, you have these unwritten rules. And for the longest time, and as someone who was indoctrinated in baseball growing up, for the longest time, I agreed. Yes, don't break those unwritten rules. And then, to be completely honest, players on my team I root for, the Padres, started breaking some of those unwritten rules. Young guys, 22-year-olds who were doing these things that they shouldn't have done. You can't show them up, all this kind of stuff. And it got me to think differently about it because I support these guys. So I'm going to listen and think about it. And when you think about the unwritten rules, why do we hold them so close to us? Why do the spirit of the game, all that kind of stuff? I'm not saying go out there and cheat. That's obviously wrong. But with these things that are ticky-tacky, these unwritten rules, all that kind of stuff, why do we take it so personally, right? When you are competing to try to beat someone, but you can't do a certain rule or a law because the other side won't like it. I'm like, are we here to win or are we here not to win, for crying out loud? So for me, I've thought a lot differently through the last year or two about the unwritten rules. And I do think a lot of them in baseball, I'm talking specifically, are a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they are. You know, we have those unwritten rules in cricket, like, you know, if the fielder throws the ball in and hits the batsman, you don't run. That's just an unwritten rule. That's just the etiquette of the game because you're taking runs. But, remember when Ashwin had that thing with Pant about that, he the ball hit him and then he went for the run or something like that. That created some controversy and spirit of the game. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting debate. We just got to remember that at the end of the day, it's a game. We have laws, rules, whatever that we have to follow, but we have some unwritten rules that, some people like to follow, others don't, because they feel like, well, it's not in the laws. Why do we have to follow them?
Yeah. And to that point, the Ashwin, the Pont thing, all that kind of stuff, I understand, like, as a man, if you say, well, I'm not going to take that run, I'm going to show respect or whatever. But unless the rules say you can't really get mad at someone that does. You're more mad that you got hit. And it's your fault, right? It's like when you stub your toe and your wife or your mom or whatever is asking you to do something, you're more ticked off that she's asking you to do something because you stubbed your toe and you're in pain. Yeah. It's not their fault. It's, your fault for not watching where you're going. So my point is, I just don't, me personally, I don't like it when we blame this person for the reason why we lost because they broke that unwritten rule. Because you have the umpire right there saying, no, go back to your side. You can't do that. And if it's a big problem, make it a rule, right?
Yeah, that's right. Put it into law, essentially. And, cricket does that. Every now and again, we update the laws, change the laws in certain ways. The last updation of the laws was in 2017. So, we'll have to review that the next time the MCC meet their laws committee in terms of changing the laws and making those unwritten laws into law. So we don't have these
problems. Then you have no problem. Odean Smith goes to the Kings for just under $1 million, 600 lock, 6 crores. He goes to the Kings. And I got to look up, I'll do this later on. Gabe and I will do our whole little, what happened in the auction when it's all done. But the Kings are bid on everybody, for crying out loud. Here we got Marco Jansen. Okay. Marco Jansen here, and Mumbai is not messing around. They've woken up. They like Marco. And this Ambani guy is driving me nuts. And you got to understand, I root for Mumbai. This guy's driving me nuts because what he does is he holds that paddle up. Yeah. He doesn't put it down and do the spirit of the law, right? He doesn't put it, he just holds it up because he's trying to show how cool he is. He keeps it up, but then when they get to like 200 lock, he puts it down. Like, if you're going to have the guts just to hold up the entire time and be kind of a punk, then keep it up the entire time.
Yeah.
But he does that every time. I don't know if, like, his wife loves it or what. But I'm not sure
maybe
what
he just wants to continue on the bidding instead of just putting up and down. He's like, just keep it up until it's
He's
up.
driving me nuts.
But Janssen, I saw a bit of him in the South Africa-India series. A bit fiery with Bumrah there. Had to be separated by the umpire there.
I love the fieriness. I love it.
Yeah, but he's young. He's young. So
is it Janssen? Is that how you pronounce it?
Janssen, I think. Janssen.
Nice. I learned something there. Yeah, I liked him a lot. He's got little experience, but he was doing some great things for South Africa. So if Mumbai wants him, we'll take him. It's Mumbai and the Royals. Royals are out. Does Mumbai get him super cheap?
What's it? The Sunrisers.
Hyderabad came in. Oh, she's not messing around. I'm telling you, it's the Kings and SRH, which is just driving everyone nuts right now. I can't think of another team in this auction that's more annoying to me than the Kings or SRH. They are getting in everybody's business.
Well, that's the way it goes in the auction, isn't it? It's like a strategy sort of thing, like mind games.
Oh, yes.
Oh, some questions coming in for me. Gee, I can't keep up. How can you keep up with the chat, Nick? It's just going fast.
Sometimes I can, but when it's something like this, it's really, really hard.
Andrew Cook, I thought New Zealand might have rated a hate Jack. Actually, I like New Zealand. They're my second favourite team. I've been to New Zealand, and I like New Zealand as a cricket team. They play in the right spirit, and so absolutely. My heart absolutely broke for them when we bet them in the T20 World Cup final, and also in 2019 against England. Do I feel the
Oh.
same for the underarm incident? For the spirit of cricket, sort of debate that we had. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. And that was a dark place in Australian cricket history, that underarm incident. Look, back then, the odds of him hitting the six off the last ball at the MCG, where you didn't have boundary ropes, the MCG is a big ground, even back in those days without boundary ropes, because ropes came in much later, Nick. Back then in the 80s, we're talking about underarm, you didn't have boundary ropes. It was to the fence. The boundary was the fence. So you had to hit a big hit to get it over. Yeah, I don't think that was right. Richie Benaud was, the late, great Richie Benaud said a few words, which I agreed with. Watching it back on the old highlights and that, yeah, it wasn't right. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. Greg said to his brother Trevor, "How's your underarm going?" We're going to find out. And his eyes rolled back in the back of his head, Nick, when he said that. Because Greg Chappell and Trevor Chappell are brothers, and Ian Chappell. They all played for Australia. So they're brothers. They grew up in Adelaide, South Australia.
Nice.
So that was a dark place, and it shouldn't have happened. So, you know, players have got to realize that what I'm doing, is it against the spirit of the game or not? What are the consequences that attach with it? And there was a lot of things that went wrong after all this. So that's all I will say on it. Shouldn't have happened. And let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Well, I saw the video on, who was it, Glenn McGraw in the IPL? Who had
that was the first T20 international.
Yeah.
He tried to replicate the underarm, and Billy Bowden showed him the red card.
Yeah,
and,
the red card.
Considering that T20 cricket back then was like a joke and a gimmick.
Yeah.
Because you saw that the New Zealand players had the hairstyles and dressed up. Everyone thought it was a joke, but look at it now. It's serious. And come to think of it,
people love to make fun of new ideas. They really do. And then when people get behind, like, oh, yeah, it's not too bad.
And come to think of it.
Getting back to the last bid. No, you're fine. SRH ended up taking Janssen. This is what drives me crazy of Ambani's little hold up the paddle thing. Because first of all, you let everyone know that you're serious about that person because you're holding up the entire time. Everyone knows you really want them, so they're going to bid you up or they're going to outbid you. There's no sense in being that jerky. Just hold it up and act like you're not too interested talking about strategy. He did that with Janssen, and then he gives up after 4 locks.
So it's mind games again.
Here's another team. The Super Giants are trying to get themselves some Dubé, and the Kings are involved. The Kings and SRH are involved in everything.
Well, it's a mega auction, I guess. Everything's on the line, I suppose. So you want to try and get those players because you've only got one chance. And if you blow it, then that's it. You can't get that player. So
well, I'm assuming once the whole auction days are done, then they can just contact players and say, hey, we'll pay you this much. We won't be on our team. The guys that weren't bought.
Yeah. Or replacement players if they have injuries or anything like that during the season, they can, add them to the list. Renell, a shout out to you, Renell. Thank you for your support of the podcast, Renell. Appreciate your support that you've given us to the podcast. So shout out to you, Renell. Hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Justice for Renell. I'm not sure if you know, but Gabe, oh man, he wants to banter every chance he gets. So it's good that he's not here to have those kind of powers, for crying out loud. And this comment right here, I absolutely, where'd it go? I absolutely agree. Here we go. The doctor, Punjab just wastes everyone's time. What's the point in talking strategy for every 5 locks? It's so true. This guy, I'll give him one thing. He's committed. He's committed to his strategy. Renell just woke up. Don't worry, Renell. You don't have to be in fear. I think he's got PTSD, to tell you the truth. You don't got to fear. He's not here. The big bad man is not here, okay? Gabe, I might block you for once. Take that. The guy said it right there. We'll wait a few more seconds for Punjab. You have to do that every single time. What's up, Gnostic? We got Minitium saying, what's your podcast? Dibbly Dobbly.
Dibbly Dobbly Podcasts.
Where do the names go? There they are.
And so if you want to subscribe or, listen to me dribble on about cricket for hours, then you're more than welcome to. Because that's what I do every day on a daily basis, Nick. So I just talk cricket. Because I'm a cricket tragic and badger, as we say.
CFA Nation is obsessed with cricket, my friend.
Oh, absolutely. Dr. Jihan, a question for me. Should Mitchell Swepson play in Pakistan? I think he'll be the sensible option to partner Nathan Lyon, I think. I think we should give him a go and see what he can do. So I hope he does play. I think he will play because we need someone to partner Nathan Lyon if we want to go the two spinners route in Pakistan, which you usually do on the subcontinent. So, and even beyond, looking forward to the next tour we tour after Pakistan, which is Sri Lanka, and then India. So, best to get him in now, see what he's like. Obviously, give him some confidence, make sure he believes in himself, which you need to do, so he can do the job in Sri Lanka and also in India. But I think he'll get a go in Pakistan, that's for sure, to partner Nathan Lyon.
What's your opinion of Joe Burns?
Oh, Joe Burns. I've seen Gabe carry on about him and say, all sorts of things.
He hates anyone with the last name Burns. Jack, I hope your last name's not Burns.
He hates Joe Burns. He hates every Burns on the planet. Yeah, Joe, he was struggling, no doubt about that. I don't think he should be the opener going forward. I don't think he'll ever play again. I don't think.
Never again?
Well, you never say never, but there comes a point in a player's career where you give them enough goes, and if they don't repay you or perform consistently, you got to move on. And I think with Joe Burns, we've done that. So, because now we've got Warner, we're looking at the future with Warner. Pekoski, sad for him that he's got another concussion, 11 now. And this time he wasn't even batting. He was doing some fielding drills, warm-ups, and he got hit by the ball. And he felt symptoms of concussion. So some questions got to be asked about his future in the game. He's only young. He's similar age to me in my early 20s.
You're talking about Pekoski, right?
So disappointing and just bad luck for him. And he was touted as the potential successor to Warner or, someone else who we have partnering, opening the batting. So, yeah, I feel for him. We've got Khawaja opening, but he's like in his late 30s. Harris is in the squad for Pakistan. Not many people like him after what happened. So it'll be interesting to see where we go beyond Warner and into the future.
Dubé is a nice little bowler. He's not going to be your top bowler, but he could be your fourth or fifth option there in your starting 11, and he's starting to garner some interest. You got CSK, you got the Kings. Jack, are you surprised the Kings are involved once again? They're involved with everybody, for crying out loud. They're driving me nuts.
Yeah, it seems like they are.
Every single time, them and SRH, and sometimes both. When it's SRH and them, we'll see in an hour, folks. It'll still be going on. Someone said earlier that Gabe's a legend. He absolutely is. I have too much fun trolling Gabe. And it's actually his fault, Jack. It's all Gabe's fault that I troll him, because when we first started doing CFA and it was sport where we can go against each other, I was all about kumbaya and let's hold hands and let's root for the same guy, the same team. He said, no, we should never root for the same team. It'll be more fun. And I went into the first match, okay, I'll root for the opposition, whatever. And he was giving me the business. And once I see the brilliance, the genius behind it, I'm all in. So it's all his fault that I constantly troll Gabe. I'm just saying. Not my fault at all.
He wasn't happy yesterday about CSK's choices. That's for sure.
He's still not happy.
Him just turning around and wiping the names off the whiteboard. Yeah, that's another name gone.
I was just going to say CSK. Oh, CSK, just real quick. They want Dubé bad. Here you go, Gabe. They're going to get Dubé. He's a little expensive, but he's a decent player. Oh, the hand went up. I hate the hand. That reminds like the 1990s. Talk to the hand because the face don't care, or whatever that phrase is. We got super chat here from Shatij. What's up, Shatij? What's your take on Rahul Tewatia being sold for 9 crore to the Titans? He went for 9 crore? When did that happen? Was that yesterday? I didn't see that in the news the next day. They paid 9 crore for him? Wow. The only thing I like about Tewatia is his celebration. But he doesn't give that celebration too much because his wickets are too far. Oh, my gosh.
Well, he's a good player. He's done some good things for the Rajasthan Royals when he was.
He's done some good things, yes. He had one monster game. He took like 3 or 4 wickets, and he got a half century. He hit like 5 sixes in an over. He was a monster that game, and that was a year and a half ago, and he hasn't had a game since. Anything remotely close to that. Thanks for the super chat, but I was not aware of that. Short break my eye. So it looks like Dobbly went to CSK, Gabe. There you go. You can be happy about that. Your dream has come true. Oh, Gotham. All right. Yes, Jack. I don't know if you just know the story about Gotham. Oh, but CSK fans hate Gotham. Are CSK going to go for him? They took him for 11 crores last year in the mini auction. They never played the guy. Never played him besides as a field replacement in a playoff game. What does he do? The one ball that comes to him right in his lap, he drops it. It was the $1 million drop. Oh, well, CSK, please tell me you take yourself some Gotham. I'm sure he's a fine player, but he got no other chance all season last year besides that one fielding opportunity, and he dropped it. Look at this. Here's Gabe. Oh, man, if CSK get Gotham, I'm going to lose it. I want everyone at CFA Nation to do me a favor. I want you to go over to Dibbly Dobbly podcast, Dibbly Dobbly YouTube channel, and I want you to subscribe, okay? Because like Ozjod, he actually knows what he's talking about. Gabe and I, we just bark and yell and pretend and all this kind of stuff. This guy knows what he's talking about. So if you want something refreshing for a change, check out Dibbly Dobbly. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like. Let's get him 200 subscriptions in one day. That would be fantastic.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to keep track of your subscription count quietly. I won't announce it out loud, but quietly, just to see how CFA Nation responds.
I'm currently watching the auction, Nick, and I'm also watching Australia versus Sri Lanka on the other side of the screen because they're playing tonight in the second T20 in Sydney.
Nice.
So I'm just watching 2 things at once.
We were talking about how crazy cricket is, right? You got to do that sometimes.
And obviously, Australia's going to win that series against Sri Lanka easily 5-0. And that's what I said on someone else's podcast or YouTube channel when we previewed the series. I said 5-0. So, and we did well the other night. So I hope we do well again tonight. So
you went for the jinx? Are you crazy? Never say whitewash.
No.
You're just asking for trouble.
No, because, Australia are far better than Sri Lanka on paper. And the other night, Sri Lanka struggled. They couldn't even chase 150. So for us, it should be an easy series win. Nothing's easy. Nothing's guaranteed in cricket or in sport. But, we're defending World Cup champions. We should get the job done. So I said 5-0. And it looks
absolutely.
Like that.
I love this from Varun. 900 locks last year to 90. CCSK, that's how you bet on Gotham, all right? And I mean no ill will to Gotham and his family. I hope they enjoyed that $1 million last year, all that kind of stuff. But that's how you bet on him, CSK. Oh, I love it. We got a 5-minute break here from the auction. They'll be back before we know it. And it's a break that's really short because that's like half the average time it takes for someone to get bid on, for crying out loud. So it's going to go really, really quick.
Really,
Oh,
it could
man.
be done in these auctions in half the time.
Honestly, if I was up there, they would hate me because I would be like a field general. I'd be like, listen, When I say one bid's got it, you got 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. You don't got conversation time. You don't check your Facebook or whatever it is. You go for it. You give me that bid or you're out. And when I say 1, 2, if that paddle's not up, buy. That's what I would do. But we'd probably finish in 2 hours. And we have all these sponsors that we didn't get to.
It sort of reminds me of overrates, this auction. Overrates are a big problem in cricket these days. You go watch a test match, it doesn't go for 6 hours. It goes for 7 hours. T20 goes for like 4.5 hours, not 3.
I'm telling you.
That's what it was meant to
be.
So.
And SRH should be charged for a slow over rate.
Yeah, obviously, you have time allowances like they do in international cricket, but they should be penalised most of their budget or whatever for slow over rates in this auction, I think.
I completely agree. All right, so I am looking for the best website to tell us the best updates. Let's see here. Who's gone, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Lightning Blade. Should the Aussies give Enrique, Sams, and Co a chance? I think Aaron Finch mentioned that in this T20 series against Sri Lanka, that the team will be changed around from game to game, so they'll probably get an opportunity. Daniel Sams was brought in because Travis Head wasn't going to be available for the first few games because he's playing Shield cricket for South Australia, which most people would say, well done, Travis, for doing that, because, how people feel towards T20 cricket. They think it's have their own opinions and they think it's a waste of time. But, they'll probably give them a go throughout this series. I won't be surprised if they have a go.
Excellent answer. It's the smartest thing that's ever been said on CFA Nation. All right, so we got oh no, you guys are getting a little sneak peek of Cricket Tuesday. Let me change the background. No time for sneak peeks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Appreciate it. Again, I'm looking at the updates on Dibbly Dobbly. I haven't seen the 200 subscribers yet. Oh, we got 5 more subscribers in the last time I updated Dibbly. 5. Keep it up, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that response. At least those are all of my 5 fans I have.
300.
I have 5 total fans.
I want to bring up the triple
world,
century.
Jack.
Yeah.
If Gabe was here, it would be able to happen. I don't have that kind of influence. The only influence I have is to annoy people. So let's look at what's been going on so far. No, we don't want to do that. All right. So far, to answer Gabe's question, because I know he's going to get mad at me if I don't answer this. So far today, Liam Livingstone's gone to the Punjab Kings for 11.5 crores. How dare they? Dominic Drake's 1 crore to the Titans. Yadav won almost 2 crores. Shankar almost 1.5, all to the Titans. Odean Smith, Punjab for 6 crores. Look at that. 2 players, 17.5 crores. And I'm wondering if they're thinking, do we even want those players? Marco Janssen goes to SRH for 4 crores. Dubé goes to CSK for 4. Gotham goes to Super Giants for 90 luck. You also have Markram. I must have missed that one. Markram goes to SRH for 2.5. Ajinkya Rahane goes for 1 crore to KKR. And Mandeep Singh to Delhi Capitals. So not too many names there besides maybe Livingstone. Maybe everyone's talking about Odean Smith, but he's not a big name yet. Janssen, not a big name yet, but he can be dangerous. Not a lot of big names there, but that's so far the day 2 breakdown. And they're looking at Punjab Kings squad right now on the auction. That's funny. And just looking at what they have so far, they got Agrawal, Dewan, Bairstow, Singh, Prabhishmaran Singh, Jitet Sharma, haven't heard of him, uncapped, Shahrukh Khan, Harpreet Brar, Liam Livingstone, Arshdeep Singh, Rabada, Rahul Shahar, and Porel. So they got quite a few players already. They got some new players in Rabada, in Shahar, in Dewan, in Bairstow, some uncapped players in Livingstone. Not bad for Punjab. They're driving me crazy, but not too bad.
No, not too bad. Some good players there on that list, just looking at it. Yeah, Rabada, Livingstone, Bairstow's on there as well. So you never know. The Punjab Kings may make a charge for the finals this season. We'll have to wait and see.
Did you just say that?
No, maybe.
You
never know.
Mind.
You can't write everyone off.
Oh, you can. You can easily write them off. SRH and Punjab Kings. I already wrote them off. Bye. I'm telling you right now, I'll make you a deal. If either of those teams gets to the playoffs this year, then you can pick your time and date, and CFA will join you for whatever podcast topic you want to talk about. I will not be able to say no, even if it's like my wife and my anniversary. Sorry, honey, I got to go and hang out with Jack for a little bit. That's how confident I am. I was going to ask you about a player, but now that player has escaped me.
Yep.
What am I looking at here?
Oh, Tim David. Yes. Be interesting to see how Tim David will go. Keep an eye on him. Yeah.
All the overseas players that aren't. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you about. Milan. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't think he's still a number one batter in the world T20. He might be. I don't know, but he's up there, right? Why does the guy get? He went unsold. Why does he get no love in the IPL when he's proven he can be a T20 player? What do you think the reason is behind that?
I don't know. He went unsold, didn't he, in this auction? I think someone said earlier that he went unsold. I don't know. Yeah, people rate him as a good Test batsman, but he's not even in the Test squad for England and the West Indies tour. After what happened in the Ashes, he sort of fell away a bit towards the end. But
he's not an Ashes player, right? He's not a Test player.
Everyone else was down there. I don't know. He's also been criticised for a low strike rate as well in T20s, but he still gets the job done. So maybe people were not interested in him, or people think, well, he's getting on a bit. He's like in his late 30s or something. So you want to go for younger players, and probably the game's probably evolved, and probably he's playing an old style of cricket that doesn't really work in these modern times. So yeah, I don't know. It's just some teams want a player, some teams don't. At the end of the day,
the chat has responded with some great points. One, they're saying 2 more have subscribed to Dibbly Dobbly. That's 7 so far. Oh, I have 7 fans. That's awesome. He's a bad spin player. Not the best conditions for him. Are a few things that I've mentioned right here. For Paul mentioned it too. Bad weak against spin. Mumbai is absolutely dead. I'm telling you, Ponzi scheme. They have no money right now. They're trying to figure out a way to break it to the IPL. They're not going to participate. We're going to have Circle K or KFC take over the Mumbai Indians pretty soon. Just wait. Arno wants to know, is it Janaman Milan? No, that's not what we're talking about.
No,
I don't know if he's in the auction.
Darwood. From England.
How you say it? Johnman?
Darwood. Darwood Milan. That's how you say it.
What is this spelling and his pronunciation? What am I missing here? The J for Jansen is Janssen. This one you said Dalman? Oh, no, you're talking about DeWin. I thought
I'm talking about Darwood Milan who plays for England.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that's how you pronounce this with a J. I was about to lose my mind.
No. I'm talking about Darwood Milan. But he's talking about the other Milan who plays for Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
I got you. I'm a little slow here, but I got it.
Yeah.
I would love for Paul Sterling to get picked up by someone. You don't got to pay too much for him. This guy's a beast. I don't know how well he plays in India, but this guy loves to swing that bat for crying out loud, and he loves to send it, I don't know how many yards over the fence. What happened to the 5-minute break? It's been like 20 minutes so far, just saying. But yeah, I would love Sterling for one of the teams I root for. Gabe says, darn, babe, I can't make it to your birthday dinner. Nick booked this on the Dibbly Dobbly podcast. Oh, that's what he was asking me earlier. Yeah, I guess I can't guarantee Gabe, but I'll do it anyways because that's how I am. Yes.
Interesting question from Lightning Blade 49. do you agree an auction style event would help the BBL take it up a level? Where they're talking about a draft in the BBL, I don't think an auction will ever work in the BBL, because you've got to remember that the BBL doesn't have the funds like the IPL. The ownership of the BBL teams is that Cricket Australia owns all the teams and all the state organizations. So they're not going to pump money in to, boost up, the salary caps or whatever. Whereas the IPL, you have like Bollywood stars that own the teams and business people that own the teams that put money into that. So it's never going to happen in the BBL, but they're trying to draft.
Why do you think it would never happen, though?
No, it would never happen.
Why don't you think they would explore the option of selling those teams to individual businessmen and women and whatnot and seeing what they can do to move it forward?
Yeah, I read an article about the BBL today, and it did say it needs a bit of an audit or a bit of a reset, and it does, because it's not as popular as it once was here in Australia. It was at the start. But going back onto that question, will it take it up another level? I think the draft will add something different to it, rather than just teams like asking players. You can have a draft system and select players like that. But an auction type style of approach is never going to work in the BBL, because the teams don't have the money like they do in the IPL. So it's never going to happen, I'm afraid.
We got a super chat here from Shatij. He says, any guesses who would be Punjab Kings captain? I think they made that decision by retaining Agarwal. And I think he's going to be their captain. I could be very wrong. Looking at the players that they picked up, you think they're going to make Bairstow a captain? Probably not. Dewan, I guess, could be a captain. That's a very big possibility. But I think they retain Mayank Agarwal. And I keep getting my mind that he's in SRH, but that's Manish Pandey. I get those two mixed up. I don't know why. But anyways, that's the answer to that question. Appreciate the super chat there. Ishant Sharma just went, I think, unsold. Khaleel Ahmed, the best bowler in the game right now. How dare you? You better bid on this guy. If he goes unsold, I'm going to lose my mind. 163. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And subscribe to Dibbly Dobbly. We're trying to get him to 400 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Click the red button. Watch the videos. It's super, super easy. 50 bid, yes. Was that Mumbai that bid on him?
Yep.
Did Mumbai bid on Khaleel Ahmed? Yes. Mumbai is in the game for Khaleel. Oh, it's a Khaleel Ahmed sweepstakes. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a bumpy ride.
Well,
here comes another super sticker here from Chennai. Appreciate the super sticker there. Come on, Mumbai. You know you want yourself some Khaleel Ahmed. Yes, purple cap.
Supporting
yes.
him from the first moment you saw him, did you, Nick? Khaleel Ahmed.
Do you know the story behind it?
I sort of do, but re-jog my memory.
So the very first time we went into the IPL, not ever watching a game beforehand, 2 years ago. Oh, Mumbai is really fighting for it against the Capitals. How dare they? Yes, Khaleel Ahmed, baby. I love this action for Khaleel Ahmed. Anyways, we were predicting our purple cap winners for the first time ever. I didn't know any of the players, any of them. I didn't know who had the best chances. So I looked at the stats from the year previously. I did a little math. I thought I was really smart because I saw that Khaleel Ahmed had the most wickets per overs bowled. He had the most, or per matches he played. Over 2 each match. He just didn't get in the game that much. And so I chose him as my purple cap winner using math. Everyone made fun of me disastrously. Luckily, I'm used to it, so it's not a big deal. But I'm still waiting for that prediction to come true.
Yeah.
Okay? Still waiting for it.
Oh, they're still going.
Yes, come on, Mumbai. Don't let DC. Yes, Mumbai wants Khaleel Ahmed. Oh, this is like the best day of my life. Steve Webster, appreciate you subscribing. But remember, it's not Wibbly Wobbly. It's Dibbly Dobbly.
No, that's the full name.
Oh, yeah.
Dibbly Dobbly, Wibbly Wobbly. That's the full name of it. But I just
you are forgiven then. 340. Come on, Mumbai. Yes. Oh my gosh, Delhi Capitals wants Khaleel Ahmed in the worst way. He's going for 4 crores.
He's up to 460. They really want him.
This is awesome. I think it's irresponsible, though. Oh, but it's awesome.
It's now 500. He's 500.
It will be the worst day at Kosh if he doesn't go to Mumbai. You got to get him now. Give him $1 million and bring him over to Ambani land.
Match DC's bid.
Delhi Capitals want him the worst way.
Mm.
He's not going to stop.
No.
Okay, now I hate the Delhi Capitals guy. He's the new guy on my list. You got added to the list, pal. You're still below the Kings, though.
What's the name of my channel? It's Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. That's the name of the channel. So if you want to,
let me get rid of this comment right there. You can see his name right there, Dibbly Dobbly.
Well, Mumbai discussing it. Jay Warner and the rest of the team are discussing what to do next.
They're just messing with Mumbai right now. The guy starts cracking up.
Come on.
Why do the Delhi Capitals have to get in the way of Mumbai and Khaleel Ahmed meeting up? Even Khaleel Ahmed doesn't think he's worth this much.
You never know. They may not want him, Nick. They may want to just, allow Mumbai to pay more for him than they would want, maybe.
He's going to call daddy right now. He desperately is doing this. He's seriously cracking up every time he bids him up. Look at on the screen right there. This tells the whole story. Delhi Capitals have 14 players. They have 15 crore left. Mumbai has only 8 players, and they only have 27 crore left.
Oh, he's just been sold to the Capitals. Yep.
Okay, all right, Delhi Capitals. You're on my list. You are on my list. I'm going to root against you every single game this year because I was that close to getting Khaleel Ahmed on the Mumbai Indians for the next few years. You're on my list. Boo, Delhi Capitals. Every Delhi Capital in this room. I don't care if you unsubscribe right now. Make sure you subscribe to Dibbly Dobbly. I don't care if you unsubscribe right now. Boo, Delhi Capitals. You're going down.
That's the way it goes.
You think they're going to play Khaleel Ahmed? I don't.
He's probably just going to warm the bench or something. That's what most of these players do.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that. I'm not going to lie.
We'll pay you this amount of money, but you're going to sit on the bench for the whole season.
The best way to use Khaleel Ahmed, if I can be serious for 2 seconds, is you give him 2 overs in either the power play or the first 8 overs at least. Give him 2 overs. He shines really well there. He'll get you at least 1 wicket in those 2 overs. Don't let him touch anything after the 8th over. Just don't even do it. And if you can afford to have a guy, a pacer, only give you 2 overs, he's the man for you.
Yeah.
Ooh, RCB is in it for Shamira.
Yes, Shamira. He plays for Sri Lanka.
Okay.
He's playing for Sri Lanka currently in this T20 series against Australia. So,
look at Chinmay. Delhi has no fans, so no unsubscribes. That's good to know. But it also means they won't go to Dibbly Dobbly and subscribe. How dare they?
Thanks, Renell, for sharing the link to the channel. Appreciate it.
Oh, Dibbly Dobbly, you got 7 more.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Come on, everyone. Keep it going up. I want to get to 300. I want to bring up my triple century. Come on. And then go past Brian 400 not out.
14 subscribers for Dibbly Dobbly. You will not regret it, my friends. Not only does he have great content, he's got amazing thumbnails too. Makes me jealous. Makes me want to hate him, but I just can't do it.
I saw that comment that you commented on. Was it my first Test Ashes review? You said, I want to pinch this style of thumbnail.
Yeah, steal it.
Yeah. Well, that's down to our graphics man, Nick. That's not me. I can't do that. But my best friend from school does the graphics for us, thumbnails. So it's down to him, really, not me.
See, whenever I say like our guy that handles that, I'm just talking about myself. Yeah. I don't have any guys.
Well, he's helped me a lot. So 250.
What?
Really?
252. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. Come on. I want to get to the
20,
century.
baby.
Triple 20. Century. Come on. I want to go past Don Bradman's 334 not out, equal with Mark Taylor, and 335 by David Warner. I'm just knocking off some of the game's best batsmen's highest ever scores. And I want to go past Brian Lara's 400. I'll be happy with that.
I can't calm down, Vijay. This has been 2 days of nothing going on right now. Exactly. I'm on roast mode right now because I'm so bitter. Ankit says, hey, subscribe to Dibbly Dobbly, but I am a DC fan, so apologize now. No, I want all the DC fans to subscribe. That works for me. Nick wearing an orange cap. This was my Khaleel Ahmed cap, but now he wears blue, some nonsense like that. How dare they? I can't believe that happened. I mean, that would happen. I have like one of my favorite players. It started as a joke, but I still root for this guy. Yeah. This close. It's like he said in Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I had it in my hands, Marcus. I had it in my hands. The only difference is I can't go across the world and steal the artifact anyways. He's with DC. Gosh. RCB, big surprise. Another one of my teams is out of a bid. I think Warner's going to have a very strong season. I really do. I think his redemption tour continues. This guy, I'm really impressed with him, Jack. I'm not going to lie, because he was down in the dumps. Not only did he lose his captaincy from SRH, but he got booted out of the IPL last year. Not really, but he got kicked off the team for SRH. And he struggled internationally a little bit. But, man, when that T20 World Cup came around, this guy just did amazing, right? He blew the doors off, so to speak, and he was so impressive. And I root for this guy. I don't care if he's tenacious. I don't care if he gets a little too excited. I don't care if he has a shouting match with Quinton de Kock. Who doesn't want to get a shouting match with Quinton de Kock sometimes? Come on. I root for this guy, and I think the redemption tour is going to continue. And by the end of the season, we're going to say, oh, SRH, you got rid of David Warner. How dare you? Ngiddy's going to go unsold?
It looks
wow. This is interesting. When it comes to grounds, if this was in South Africa, the IPL, he would have been a big taker. No love for Ngiddy.
No.
Oh, now Lara wants
at that. I was quite surprised that Adam Zampa didn't get picked up. I thought he would.
Do you want to know why he went unsold? Because half of these teams are just trying to troll RCB, CSK, and Mumbai. So if none of them bid on it, nobody cares. It is collusion. Gabe was right about something. It's the Dibbly Dobbly that's not the one with 1,000 subscribers. No. Not yet, at least.
Not yet, but I hope.
I mean, 257, my friend. This guy has put out serious loads of videos. He just needs the exposure. Give him the exposure.
That's right. We've had a few tough weeks before I came on today, so thanks, Nick. You're boosting the numbers. The stats will look good.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Absolutely.
RCB. Oh, the Kings. I just can't do it no more. RCB is going for Sakurai. This guy is a monster. How is he only at 85 lock right now or 70 lock? That's crazy.
He's at 100 for me. Now it's just gone up to 100 now. 110 now for Sakurai.
Yes, Renell. Great content too. Absolutely. Guys, listen, I wouldn't be promoting anyone that I didn't truly believe in. This part's not a game for me. Most of the stuff on CFA is just for fun. But check out the content. I was really impressed when we sat down with him for, I think it was a few hours. And this guy just spits off so much knowledge, lots of passion. Just like Ozjod, I wouldn't be promoting his channel if I didn't believe in it. So give it a check, give it a watch. And please don't just subscribe as a favor. Check out the videos, right?
Yes, and we've interviewed some great people. I interviewed Daryl Harper and Jared Kimber. So check them out as well.
Jared Kimber, look at you.
Yeah, that was before the Ashes, Nick. That was before the Ashes. And that was great. He said yes. I was like shocked. I was like, really? He said, yeah, book yourself in. I'll talk to you. So he did. So, yeah, we've interviewed Daryl Harper. That was fun. We've interviewed Tom Scollay from Cricket Mentoring. We've interviewed yourselves, Nick, obviously, and Gabe. And that was a great chat. That was my first ever chat that I had with guests. So that video has really gone up. That's over 3,400 views, over nearly 140 likes or something.
That's CFA Nation, baby.
Absolutely. So that was great. So check out those interviews that I did with Tom, Daryl Harper. Obviously, Gabe, have you watched that yet with Daryl Harper? Be interesting. He's a former umpire.
I was going to say, I'm not familiar with the name, but I remember you mentioning in email, I got to check it out and let Gabe watch it because he loves himself some umpires.
And I interviewed Jared Kimber as well. So we're in the process of getting some new guests on, but it's quite frustrating. I interviewed someone last week. He was well known in Australian cricket in the background and the scenes, but unfortunately we had some problems with that, so we had to reschedule that. So that was a bit frustrating. So
yeah, Gabe and I were really close to and I won't say who, but interviewing a cricketer for USA Cricket before our trip. Like it was literally like we had to leave for the airport. I had to leave my house at 6:30, and we were going to interview this guy at 6, but it just didn't work out. But those are the breaks, unfortunately. I got to get back into asking people for sure. Yeah, Sakurai is still out there. Really, 170 locks, and RCB is still in it. This guy, this would be a huge steal for a low price if RCB can get him. Lift up that paddle. It's not even a question. No. Okay, the Delhi Capitals, of course, they're in it. RCB, don't give up.
Looks like the Delhi Capitals have entered a bid for 190. Looks like, yeah.
Where's RCB at? Come on.
It's just gone past 200 now with the Capitals. 220 he's at now, Zakaria.
You can't let him go so cheap. Delhi Capitals 190. Oh, gosh, I hate this. He would be so great for RCB. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen unless they're just waiting for these goofballs to finish. 260 subs. 260 subscribers.
260. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate that. Really do. We've had a tough few weeks with the channel. You know, haven't been going.
I've been there, my friend.
Help the numbers. So
I've been there. YouTube is a tough game. You know, content is tough.
I just sort of look at it like playing cricket. You have your good and bad days. You have your good innings. You score runs. And when you lose subscribers, it's like getting out. You've just gone back to square one again. You've done all the hard work. Get in, get set, face 20 or 30 balls, which are the toughest period in your innings. And then we get subscribers, and then you go back again. So, but thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate the support.
I absolutely hate. Oh, I hate when people unsubscribe. And it happens to us all the time on both of our channels, unfortunately. I absolutely hate it because it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking to some people who do this. I don't know if I am. I do apologize. You're able to do whatever you want. When it comes to subscriptions, you do whatever you want. I completely have no problem with that. But I put out a video, let's say Jack likes it, he subscribes. Oh, that's a great video. Good job. I put out another video, he doesn't like it. Oh, boo, unsubscribe. Like, what's the point of that? If you like the one video, more than likely you'll like another video. And I wondered this. Is it like the same like 20 people that just subscribe and unsubscribe like every day? Or, I mean, honestly, if the crazy thing is on Boring Reviews, we'll have a video that does really, really well.
Yeah.
And it gets a bunch of subscribers, but it's also the video that gets the most unsubscriptions too. So you make some people happy, other people not. But for me, I don't know if I've ever unsubscribed from a channel, to tell you the truth. I don't know.
And then you have certain videos that do well as well. Like when I posted that video about the Gabba, how India won at the Gabba last summer. That's like nearly 10,000 views and over 120 likes. So
do you ever look at the data part of it, the analytics?
Yeah. Most of our subscribers have come from that video and your video that I did with you and Gabe. And other videos get like, lower than, not many subscribers, like below 10. We're lucky if we can get 10 on one video. So
that's good though. We have some videos on Born Reviews. We don't get 10 on a video.
Even the Justin Langer one, we've already got 2 subscribers from that. And that's like over 400 views now. So that's been the best video that we've done for ages.
I cannot believe that Delhi Capitals gone for 420. That is Delhi Capitals is cleaning up, ladies and gentlemen. They are cleaning up. Wow.
Yeah, they are.
Zachariah was a revelation last year. That's crazy. That's what happens to the Royals when you spend so much money on day one. But yeah, the analytics is crazy. I'm curious if you ever looked at the impressions for your top video you were talking about with the Ashes.
Yeah.
Because you look at one video where it have like 20 times the impressions that a regular video has. And I always wonder, like, why? Because that's just YouTube farming it out, right? Why does YouTube farm out one video 20 times more than another video that might even have a similar title, right? Sometimes you get lucky. And I'm convinced that YouTube has this like randomization with videos that are good content, but a randomization like you are going to get really, really pushed. We re-uploaded a reaction that we did on Boring Reviews that got blocked. I had finally figured out a way to get it unblocked. So I decided to re-upload it on CFA so that it wouldn't be blocked. About Yuvraj Singh. And YouTube has just taken that. It's only our second video to get to 100,000 views. And it got there within less than a month. I don't understand why. And that's a re-upload, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know why YouTube does that. Sandeep Sharma goes to the Kings for 50 lock. People forget what kind of a monster he can be. That's a great steal right there. Why is it the Kings, the Delhi Capitals, and SRH the only teams that are interested right now? Navdeep Saini, he should go for quite a few locks. I would say about 500 locks, I would guess.
Who do you play for before RCB? Yeah,
RCB.
Yeah. Again,
he's not going to be your top tier bowler, but he's a good number 3 or 4. He's a good third pacer on your side for sure. Magic Master Trick says, Nick, thoughts on Foff scoring a century yesterday, 102 and 51. Is that in the PSL? Doesn't surprise me. This guy's in amazing shape. This guy performs wherever he's at, and I'm glad RCB picked him up because he's a monster.
I can't believe Chennai didn't get him back.
I was shocked.
Opportunity gone.
Ooh, 268. 268 subscribers.
Thank you, everyone. Let's get to the triple century.
I love it.
The only time I'm going to score a triple century in my cricketing career is on YouTube. So let's get there.
There you go. I love it.
Interesting stat about my cricket career, Nick, is that I've batted a few times, but I haven't got off the mark. I've always had naught not out, bit of a red inker. I never scored a run. So my average is still 0. It's perfect.
That sucks.
It's nothing, actually, because I haven't been dismissed. So I'm happy with that. And I bat at number 11. So I'll take that.
You got to love number 11s.
Yeah. You know.
Because you got to think of it.
When the side's 9 down and, you know. Gotta get
on a rank of 1 to 10, you are an 11, my friend.
Yep.
Mumbai Indians. Oh, shocker. Someone's banned them up. How come they can't get a player for 50 lock? Is that against the law or something? Is someone going to go to jail if they let that happen?
Oh.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Cricket for Americans. Check out some of our other videos. I'm very confident in the near, 700 videos. You might like one of them. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out Dibbly Dobbly. Like and subscribe there. And you know what? I don't know. Go check out Ozjob's Cricket for Us. Like and subscribe there if you've not done so. Check out Jason Kimber, too. He doesn't know us. I don't know him. But he's a very talented guy.
Jared Kimber.
What did I say?
I think you said something else, but it's Jared Kimber.
Oh.
Yeah,
what
he's
did I
great.
call him?
He is an encyclopedia of cricket knowledge, that guy. I was just sitting back and letting him do all the talking. I just asked him the questions.
It's a good strategy.
It always staggers me just how teams will just bid these amount of money, to a player. You never thought about that when T20 cricket first came in 2003. That will be like this. It's just unbelievable. And
I'm assuming the IPL is the first domestic T20 league, right?
Technically, no, because that was in England in 2003. The IPL came in 2008. If you remember, India won the 2007 T20 World Cup. And that sort of springboarded T20 cricket. Because you've got to remember, and I think everyone in the chat will know as well, that India didn't like T20 cricket when it first came out. They were opposed it. They didn't want to go to the 2007 T20 World Cup. But they had to, because the ICC told them to, because they were going to be the next host country of the World Cup, 50-over World Cup, 4 years later in 2011. So the ICC sort of said, you've got to go, otherwise we won't consider you. And look what happened. India won that 50-over World Cup in 2011. And the IPL's taken off.
But they're the first domestic league, right? Or you said England had a T20 league?
Well, they had their own T20 competition in 2003. That's the first one that's been ever. Yeah,
because I know they invented T20.
They invented T20 cricket because they wanted to get people watching cricket in England. And a format that was convenient for families that lasted 3.5 hours. But I don't understand.
What do you think about the 100, that format?
Yeah. I had Asjad on my channel last year. We talked about that. And he said an interesting point. He said it won't last in the men's. And I agree with him there. It will in the women's game. It will work in the women's game, not in the men's. And I don't think we needed another format and, T10 cricket. Cricket's already got 3 formats. You should just leave it at 3, not confuse people more with different formats, 100 balls, 10 overs, whatever. It's just getting too much. So with the 100, I like it for the women's side because women's cricket needs that exposure, whereas the men are used to franchise cricket. The women don't have more franchise competitions because you've only got 2 that are franchise competitions in the women's game. That's the WBBL and the 100 in England. That's it. They're talking about the women's IPL next year. I saw that the other day.
Well, they've had women's IPL tournaments.
Yeah, but there were sort of exhibition games. They weren't really
but they had championships. They gave away the championship
they wanted a trophy, but it wasn't really
it wasn't a full-on season.
No. So, that's the next step for them. But with the 100, I'm not a big fan of it. For the women's game, I think it's good. But I watched a bit of it. And the ICC brought into their new playing conditions for T20 cricket to take out a fielder and put him back in the circle because of the over rate. And that's the rule that you have in the 100. So during this T20 series against Sri Lanka, you can see the clock on the scoreboard that tells you how many minutes you got left to bowl the innings. And if you don't bowl if you're behind the rate in the last over, then you've got to take a fielder out from the outfield and put him back into the circle. So you're meant to have 5 out in T20 cricket, but then you'll have 4 if you're behind the over rate, which I like. That's the only thing I like about the 100. Everything else, it's just like T20 cricket, but it's played differently. Instead of overs, you have balls. So.
Cottrell goes unsold. How dare you not want the guy, the military man, to salute his wickets? What a bunch of frauds here. Come on. How dare you disrespect Sheldon Cottrell?
Oh, it's Gabe's
What's crazy is we got
Yep.
3, 6, 11, 16 players that have been bought so far in the second day. And you want to know how many of them have gone to CSK, RCB, or Mumbai? 0. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're saving all their money for the end.
Yeah, I think that's probably the strategy.
Oh, it's Unicat. This is Gabe's other favorite player. Oh, Mumbai Indians. Don't worry. Someone else will bid him up. Now he's going for 5 crore easily. This guy was the top wicket taker one year in the IPL. Nope. Oh, it's Chennai. Of course, CSK and Mumbai. No team can let Mumbai just have a player. Why do you guys hate? Hatred's not a good thing. It does not become you. Okay? Speaking of the opposite of hatred, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see. What's the update? 269. Bill and Ted's favorite number. 69, dudes.
That was on TV the other night here.
I love Bill and Ted's. You know what I don't love is the new Bill and Ted's. That was garbage.
Yeah, remakes are always terrible. You
oh my gosh, was that so? That was so bad. Mumbai got a player. It's Undakit, but they got a player.
At least they got one in this auction today.
It wasn't too expensive.
No, it was cheap.
He's got a bounce back year. Thunder Hayes says new sub, Jack.
Thank you, Thunder Hayes. Appreciate the sub.
Lair is like, I was going to abandon ship on CSK if they bought Unicat.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
I didn't think about that. That would have been funny.
CSK.
NCN's going to go unsold. He went for like what, 15 crores last time or some nonsense?
He's
Gnostic says he's thanks, Gnostic.
Nathan Coulter-Nile in Australian circles over the last few years. The last time he played was 2019. That was during the World Cup in England. But since then, he hasn't been really thought about, really.
He's been fantastic at the IPL the last 2 years, but he's unsold. Yeah. These teams are nuts. They know they can get him later on, but geez.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, is it Lara or Gabe? It's all the same. You got to remember, I work with Gabe. We're both teachers. And so Mr. Lara at school, and it's just in the – you talk to his wife, Savannah, she calls him Lara, which is pretty funny. So you can call him whatever you want. Just don't call him late for dinner. And don't call him by the government name either. He doesn't like that. So I call him that. In my phone, I have him as Osford, just to drive him nuts.
Renell, you just asked me a question. Is Chris Lynn in the auction? I don't know if he is in the auction.
That's what I want to know. They had read the names of the wicket keepers in day one, but that was probably the high price wicket keepers.
I think I saw his name in the auction. Maybe people in the chat can help us there. I'm trying to search up.
There's 570 names for crying out loud.
Yeah, there's a lot. I had to look at the list. I was like, geez, there's a lot of names here. A lot of players wanted to enter the auction. Good luck to them. It's a bit of a lottery if you're going to get picked up or not. But changes your life.
Special announcement time. What's the special announcement? The special announcement is a commercial for a car. It's like a Christmas Story where he's so excited to get the Ovaltine decoder thing, and then he figures out a crummy commercial. I love it.
I think it was
special announcement. My eye.
Hey Nick, my graphics man. I just messaged him. I said I'm on CFA's live stream, and he said, "Man, you just jumped up 40 subs." I was like, "Yeah, I know." So he's watching. So if you're listening, you know who you are. Good
yes.
Work with the thumbnails and the graphics.
Absolutely. We got to get those subs up there. We got to keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. I love your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Dibbly Dobbly. He is the man. And I think it's awesome that your friend, his parents were cool enough and revolutionary enough to call him Graphics Man. I love that first name that he has.
Well, he doesn't like the attention, so I had to respect his privacy. Look, he's
now
got
the question is
it
it Graphics Man first name or is it Graphics middle name Man?
I just call him Graphics Man. You know, whenever we, mention him, that's his name. He's cool with that. He said, "I would like another title than Graphics Man." So, well, technically, I'm his boss, so I'm his employer. So,
we gotta figure out a better name than Graphics Man. We gotta call it. We got Markandi, sorry, on the bid right now. Mumbai really wants him. We can call him the. I'm trying to think of some really bad ones. I should try to take it seriously. I don't know. I was trying to do some kind of joke on a thumbnail. Not sure. Yes, let's get CFA to 15,000 subs. I don't think that'll happen in one day, but I appreciate that excitement for it. We just recently got to 14,000. I'm excited about that.
Yes, it's just shot up, hasn't it?
The Yuvraj Singh videos really helped. Not gonna lie. It's kind of funny how that is. You have a video that probably isn't your best. We did it over a year and a half ago. We didn't know really anything about cricket when we were watching it. We didn't know who Stuart Broad was. And it's hilarious that a video like that, YouTube decides to go out there and ship out. And again, the amount of subscribers we're getting isn't because it's an amazing video and people love it so much. It's just a law of averages. You send it out to more people are going to subscribe.
That's right. And
who's
even
that on the right just checked in? Sorry, Jack. That's Jack from Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. He's an Australian who hates Australia cricket. Just kidding. But check out his podcast. He's a huge Australia fan. He's also a fan of cricket. He knows all this stuff that I haven't even thought about learning yet. And he's got his own channel. Check it out, Dibbly Dobbly Podcast, if you're curious.
You're probably right that I do hate Australian cricket, Nick, but it's more Cricket Australia, not the team at the moment.
Nice.
I think everyone's in the same boat with that.
The governing board, yes.
Everywhere in the news. Everywhere.
Are there any cricket fans that like the governing board of their country? I highly doubt it.
No.
Now I like USA's cricketing board at the moment just because they were such gracious hosts to Gabe and I when we went to the game in Florida.
Yeah. They
were very kind, but also they're very small, right? They let us just walk around the place like we own the place. They gave us some free food. You give me some free food, I'm going to like you. It's a very smart move. What's the big update till now? The big update is you're going to be able to see the brand new Tata's car. That's the big announcement. Jeez Louise.
Commercials. I hate advertisements or anything like that. Especially when you're watching cricket, they go to an ad break at the end of the over. Because it's different here in Australia because we have pay TV, which is sort of like your cable, I'm guessing. And we have free TV here in Australia. And that's been a big debate because they changed the rights and everyone's not happy about it. Whereas on pay TV, you don't have commercial breaks. You just have end of the over, then you keep going. Whereas on free-to-air TV, you just have commercial breaks. It's just annoying. But I prefer to watch it on TV because I don't have to deal with streams and internet and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be great. We don't have that option here in the U.S.
Mm.
Oh, they pass on Ahmed. Don't know who that guy is. Sorry. Unsold. Shabazz Nadeem. Shabazz Nadeem. I don't know him too well, but I have seen him play a little bit. You're bored, Minitinum. The auction is not the most exciting, but you get to see me watch. You got to watch me eat some crackers at 12:35 in the morning. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, the Super Giants taking Nadeem. The guy for the Delhi Capitals, he's gone. He's walking out. He's so frustrated with the world. He can't take it anymore. Easy with the spam there. Easy with the spam. Super Giants got him for 50 locks. Tata is a title sponsor, so they deserve that advertising. No, I get it. I understand how sponsors work. But the IPL makes so much money, right?
Yeah.
Very profitable organization. The thing that surprises me is they advertise these cars. I would think that they'd be advertising something else. I don't know.
Well, I guess they have to keep the sponsors happy, I suppose. You know, keep them on side, and
their names on everything.
Yeah,
they don't just say the IPL option; they say the Tata IPL auction. It's like Disney, right? They don't have just DVDs or Blu-rays. They're Disney DVDs or Disney Blu-rays. Everything there has Disney's name on it.
Yeah.
Do you think just having it being called a Disney DVD makes people want to buy more Disney products? Probably not. Because it's one of those companies that either you're going to buy their stuff or you're not.
Yeah.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
I have watched the original ones, yes. In a way, yeah.
That's a big no. I've seen it before.
No. I remember watching it as a kid. I don't mind it. Am I a diehard fan of it? Probably not, but I don't mind the movies. So I haven't watched the newer ones. I've seen bits of them, but the older ones I've seen, and they're pretty good.
The older ones are fantastic, yeah. There you go, CSK. You got Tikshana. Don't know a thing about him, but I'm sure Dhoni will turn him into a superstar. And don't get me wrong, Gaurav. I have nothing against Tata. Nothing wrong whatsoever. I'm using them as an example because they're this year's sponsor. They had the car they've been sponsoring for who knows how long in the past. We did a video on Tatas and their empire and how impressive it was. I'm just talking about sponsors in general. The sequel trilogy of Star Wars is amazing, said no one ever. Wow.
Some people are saying they can't see me, but so I'm going to turn my light on, everyone. I'll be right back.
It's just gotten darker.
I have the blind down, that's why.
Okay.
How's that? How's that, everyone?
Much better. 275 subscribers. You're 25 away from your triple century. Any news on the win, the toss? Who won the toss for Australia, Sri Lanka?
I think we did. I I didn't see who won the toss, but I know we're batting first. I'm watching it right now. So I'm guessing we won the toss and we batted first, or Sri Lanka may have won the toss and bowled first.
Ish Sodhi gets unsold.
He played for the Adelaide Strikers once, Ish Sodhi.
Nice.
Just going to be right back. The light's in my eyes now. I adjusted it the wrong way.
Do what you got to do. Theekshana went to CSK. In case you missed it, the Deem went to the Super Giants. Mumbai got back-to-back players in Udakat and Markarandi. Watch out with your bad self. Owen Morgan, last year's captain of KKR, took him all the way to the final, went unsold, and I'm not surprised whatsoever. I'm curious how much longer he's going to be the captain for England, because he really hasn't done much. Internationally, domestic, this guy just can't score runs.
Yeah, he can't. What is he, like 35 or something? He's like 30, something like that.
Is he?
I think he is. Yeah, obviously, a bit interesting that he went unsold. I'm not surprised either, as you said, Nick. How long he will be captain of England, I'm not sure. His time is running out because he's not really contributing with the bat. But you want to have him in the side because he's good as a captain. But if he's not contributing with the bat, then what's the point of having him there? So
exactly. I mean,
and that's
all
what he did
accounts. He's kind of a quiet guy, so it's not like he's a rah-rah guy.
And look, maybe Ben Stokes may be captain of England, maybe ODI side, T20 side.
A lot of people like that choice.
So he may be that potential successor, but we'll have to wait and see what happens come whenever he does retire or step down. It'll be interesting to see who they get as captain. But yeah, I'm not surprised he's gone unsold in this auction. He hasn't really done much. You just want him in the side just for that captaincy experience, that's all.
Virat Singh, not that Virat. So this could be the last player before lunch. Lunch is going to be about an hour. So if this is the case, or maybe this is the last set of players, I'm not sure. Whenever they finish this player or this set of players, that's when I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I can't tell you whether Gabe's going to join or not at some point, but that's when I'm going to sign off because I'm not going to be up longer than that. Got stuff to do in the morning. But I really appreciate, Jack, you join here. And we're going to keep going until they keep calling players. That might be the last one for right now. No, now they're at Himmat Singh. Really appreciate Jack from Dibbly Dobbly being with me. I know I've been promoting his channel a lot, but it's because the channel is fantastic. And we're getting new viewers like every minute here. So I want to make sure everyone has a chance. Final time I'll say it so I don't stop annoying all of our CFA lifers that have been here the entire 2 hours. Please go ahead and check out his channel. Like and subscribe. Jack, thank you so much for joining us here. Joining me, I should say, not us, joining me. And keep me company.
No worries, Nick. It's been great fun. And thanks everyone in the chat making me feel welcome. And great to see people subscribing to the podcast, which is fantastic.
The baby is a-growing. Sachin, baby. Oh, it goes unsold. Sachin, baby's unsold. This might be an unsold set. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, well,
they're saying, Skyber's saying that, Jay's saying that, Jack, you should do live streams on your channel. You should continue the live stream on your channel.
Yeah, we were thinking about live streams. I was looking into that, see if it's worth the effort or the investment. So we'll think about that long term.
It does take time, but you can, just being completely honest, you can gain a lot of subscribers at one time doing it. But it does, it does take time, and it's not always about the numbers. I know we're talking a lot about numbers, and that's just because Jack and I are both creators here, but YouTube is not about the numbers. If it was, then me and Jack would stop being YouTubers because sometimes you don't get the numbers you want. But it is good to know, you're putting in that effort. You want to make sure you get the most out of it. Lara says, hosting a live talk on Twitter Spaces tomorrow, reacting to the auction. Join us at 9 a.m. Yes, exactly. We're going to be trying our first Twitter space, whatever that is. Gabe's going to be leading it. I'll be on there. We'll get some other guests on there. Ooh, someone getting a bid? Maybe Rinku Singh? Oh, the Super Giants, 20 lakhs. There we go. Not an unsold set. Gabe, if you're hearing me right now, you can text me this later, but let me know if you sent the invite to me through email or whatnot. I'm being lazy using the live stream while they're bidding on Rinku Singh. 50 locks right now for the Super Giants. KKR is in on the bid. People like this guy.
Yeah, they do.
He's got a best of 63 in his T20 career. Not sure exactly where that's at, but 55. KKR gets Rinku Singh for 55 locks. They needed that. Running out of cash. Manan Vora. Yeah, I would bid on this guy. I would give him 1.5 to 2 crores myself. No one else. No one's going to go to 25 for Vora. Wow. You need players, teams. You need players. Super Giants got him for cheap. How do I feel about Mumbai so far? Are you kidding me? Jack doesn't support a team in the IPL. He's a lover of all teams. I think he's become a Kings fan because I keep trashing the Kings, and he wants to prove me wrong.
No, I don't support anyone in the IPL. No.
He wants the Kings to win the entire thing.
No.
This guy's mentioned lunch like 45 times. He must be hungry. I don't blame him. I mean, he's been up there the entire time talking to a crowd that's very tough crowd for crying out loud. So Ganesha says, all right, Nick, got to head out. Have fun for the rest of the stream. See you next time on another stream. You got it. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Sent it to Boring Reviews. All right. Sounds good. Ricky Boy. Bye. How do you say that? Bowie. Thank you. It's got a best of 108 in T20. All right. Well, they're breaking for lunch. That was a very unexciting set right there. But, you know, just to show you guys the breakdown here, this is what we have. We're going on right here. This is what's going on. This is the unsold players. Let me refresh this. Not a lot of excitement, but we appreciate everyone that's joined us nevertheless. You got these 5 as far as batsmen that were sold today. And, you know, the Super Giants really getting involved. The Titans getting involved there in the first part of it. Here's the all-rounders. A lot of all-rounders going. And the Titans got 3 all-rounders. Not too bad. The Kings have got 3 of them as well. Jeez Louise. Here's the bowlers. A lot of bowlers going. And I like nice little plethora of teams picking up. The Delhi Capitals stole the best one on the board there. Khaleel Ahmed, how dare they? And then you have the unsold players. I'm still chapped about Khaleel Ahmed. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to overcome for a while because he was in Mumbai's grasp. But either way, you know, I'll cry about that later. Really appreciate everyone. Like Gabe said, look for CFA on Twitter Spaces tomorrow. We're going to do one of these lives he's been telling me about, he's excited about. I have no idea what's going on. I'm going to show up, eat some more crackers. Hope you guys join us there on Twitter tomorrow, 9 a.m. our time, about an hour after this auction concludes. Don't forget to join us there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Cricket for Americans, to Boring Reviews, the Final Reaction, and to Dibbly Dobbly. And Jack, final words. What do you have to say, my friend?
It's been great. It's been great fun. Thanks for having me on, Nick, and thanks to everyone making me feel welcome and right at home. And thanks for all the support. Really enjoyed it. And great to be here talking all things cricket with everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. You did great. Graphics man, keep it up. You're the man. And it's your name, too, which is fantastic. With all that being said, until next time, everyone, adios.